like Sean say, yo, I don't really know what to say now. Things are getting, I ain't gonna say it's all the way crazy because it's not everywhere, but you do have these instances that are just a little bit unbelievable.
I don't know. I just feel like people have gotten really even more so cold and callous and just no regard for life.
Eval.
No regard for life.
Eval. So I want you to read this, man. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't read that because we definitely can't play that video. That is illegal. Let me see if I open this up. You can read this though.
Many of you have probably,
y'all heard about this?
Seen or heard about this maybe already, but a woman sleeping in a New York City subway burned alive by a man who lit a match and threw it on her.
So she must, when she says sleeping, before you go on, sleeping could mean homeless or you dozed off, took a nap on the train when you come from work.
Exactly. Just because when she was sleeping don't mean that she was homeless. I mean, I don't know. Does it say that here?
It don't say homeless.
Okay. Animal is too nice of a word to describe someone who would do this. Exactly. That's just cold-blooded. Police have since released a photo of the suspect. Investigators say the man sitting across from the woman who was sleeping got up and threw a match on her as he walked by before fleeing the station. The woman was found by police engulfed in flames on the F train at, Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue station. That's just unbelievable.
But how? And she didn't feel nothing?
I mean, what can you do? If she's asleep, yeah, but it must, I don't know how it overtook. Did he dice her with something and then throw the match? I mean, I don't know. It just said who lit a match and threw it on her. But how does that, somebody light a match and just throw it on you? Are your clothes going to automatically engulf like that
that's what I'm saying.
having a liquid substance on you to make it flame up even faster?
How do you just engulf? Somebody tell me how you just engulf in when somebody just throws. I'm just looking to see if they're in it. He had to put some liquid on her, or she must have, because how do you?
But when you feel that, well, it depends on if you sleep. I mean, she could have been intoxicated, or who knows? That is just absolutely horrible.
But I'm saying it don't make sense, Joy. Investigators say the man was sitting across from a woman who was sleeping, got up, threw a match on her, and walked by before fleeing the station.
And
but how many times can you throw a match on somebody and just completely catch flame like that? I don't get it.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying.
And look how he's watching. That's an evil Michael Myers heart right there.
Is that him watching?
Yep, that's him. That's him watching.
But that person looked like they was getting back on the train.
No, he was sitting there watching them. He had already learned, and they sitting there burning. He sat there and had a seat so he can
and the
get a
police
view.
walked right by him.
Do you know how insane that would be? You walking about to get on the train, you just see somebody on fire in the train. People probably ain't even really seeing this dude, but then you look in there and they on fire in the train. What? And they said this dude was apparently he is a Guatemalan, I think, immigrant.
But his face looks familiar, like he's been in trouble before on the news. I mean,
okay, so check this out, Joy. Somebody said a single match would not have caused her to be engulfed in a flame without some kind of accelerant. She should have felt the burning before she became engulfed, unless she was high, already deceased. So there is a lot of story missing. He said it sounds like there were alcohol bottles near and they're waiting for more information. Somebody said she was likely homeless, covered in filthy blankets and layers of crust clothes that went up. She was also likely high on fentanyl and unconscious while the guy was throwing matches on her, which is why she didn't put the fire out before she was engulfed. So I bet you that's what happened, Joy. I bet you that this woman was high. She was smelly. She had these blankets, and he was like, nobody care about you. And he threw that on her out of whatever rage and anger he had for whatever else was going on in his life.
Wow. And
it don't get no insaner than that.
No.
You burn somebody on a train. What country is this?
And our borders are still wide open. I don't understand it.
But our media and X sometimes will throw out there calling everything immigrant when somebody could have been here for 15 years.
That's true.
And then, of course you're an immigrant, but it was that what we're trying to find out is, are you through the Biden administration immigrant? Did
but
you come through? Keep going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's mental health is just on. But well, I guess when someone does that, it's not in a person's right frame of mind. So of course we're going to gravitate and say these are mental health issues, because people who who are sane and look at things from a different outlook wouldn't do this, because they would feel remorse. They would their body, their spirit, their gut, their gut, the way they feel about humanity would not allow them to do this to another human, regardless of whatever the situation is. They wouldn't do that.
But
so this person had to have some situations going on in the mind.
Did you notice that when you saw that person burning in there, they weren't screaming, jumping, rolling over? It was just looked like somebody was hunched over and they're going through just burn, like maybe, but also fentanyl. If you ever seen, sometimes people can be so high they don't know what's going on. So a person dying, they don't even know they're dying.
But I mean, that's what I was wondering. Like, how is this a match just gonna? If you throw a match on somebody's regular clothes, it's gonna burn a hole through your clothes. It's gonna go out.
Yeah.
Unless you have a flammable substance saturated all in your clothes, and
you would have had to sit the match and just let it be burning on the blanket for a minute. And let it catch a little bit of fire. So there's more to that. But that's obviously that person was like, nobody's going to care about this person. And then they probably thinking in their head, I don't even think
they were thinking that far ahead. Whatever the evilness was consuming their mind.
That's Michael Myers evil. That's Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees evil.
That's what took over. Well, we have to continue to pray for our cities, our nations. And, this, we don't know if this is something that's dealing with the border patrol or border control, or if this is something where we're just dealing with mental health issues in our country.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's ruthless. It's ruthless.
All right, y'all. We can go into 2025 with this kind of stuff right here. Now, I pray that no more incidents like this happen, because it seems like people keep one-upping the chaos.
Yeah. And we have to we have to set the precedence of how we want to bring our 2025 in, but also our life. Nobody is responsible for anybody else's life but the individual. Period.
Yeah, that's it.
Being in another country, regardless of what country you're in, it's not that country's responsibility to take care of another individual.
That's it.
It is the individual's responsibility to take care of themselves.
All right, y'all. Smash that like button.
Love you guys.
Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Let's go.
Turn the bell.
We'll see y'all next one.
Yay.